10 more bizarre phobias and their treatments. Let's be honest, a few things are frightening or alarming. Somebody may get dreadful when going over a venomous snake. That dread is solid since it instructs us to avoid the snake whose venom could murder us. In any case, imagine a scenario in which an elastic snake sends somebody into shout-filled dread. At that point that individual may have a fear, a silly dread of something. The term fear originates from the Greek word phobos, dread. A few fears are normal, for example, coulrophobia, dread of comedians, or arachnophobia, dread of arachnids. Different fears are so uncommon or peculiar that you may have never known about them. 10. Ergophobia. Individuals experience the ill effects of working environment uneasiness every now and then, for instance, when you have that significant introduction to give before a major crowd. Be that as it may, with ergophobia, the victim has an unreasonable dread of work. Ergophobia originates from the Greek ergon, work. The fear may remember the consolidated feelings of trepidation of representing gatherings, mingling, and coming up short at assignments. The uneasiness is sufficiently extreme to make the individual go home early or not have the option to go to work by any means. This dread continues regardless of whether the work or working environment changes. One treatment for this condition is introduction treatment, in which the patient is step by step presented to his startling workplace until he no longer feelings of dread it. Another treatment is subjective social treatment, where circumstances are made to show the right conduct. To find increasingly about the fears treated by these strategies, look at the top 10 bizarre phobias people suffer from. 9. Chaetophobia. A great many people couldn't want anything more than to have a full head of hair. Be that as it may, individuals with chaetophobia, otherwise known as trichopathophobia and trichophobia, have a silly dread of hair. Chaetophobia originates from the Greek word chet, free, streaming hair. The fear can be dread of hair on your own body or dread of free hair. The individual can likewise fear others' hair and even creature hair. The condition can emerge from an awful encounter, such as getting a horrible hairstyle. It can likewise be identified with pressure, tension, sadness, or other emotional wellness conditions. Another conceivable connection is the psychological issue trichotillomania, where an individual impulsively pulls out his hair. 2. There are different medications for this condition. A specialist may recommend anti-anxiety prescription relying upon the seriousness of the fear. Neurolinguistic writing computer programs is utilized in psychotherapy. Presentation treatment can likewise be utilized to slowly open the individual to hair after some time. For more hair-raising realities, look at 10 weird ways human hair has been used. 8. Demonophobia. Individuals with an unreasonable dread of the malicious substances called evil presences have demonophobia, which originates from the Greek word daimono, devil. This fear is firmly connected with satanophobia, dread of Satan, and hatophobia, dread of hell. Someone can create demonophobia from strict convictions that evil presences may have them in a negative manner or in any case cause hurt. The fear can likewise be activated by a negative involvement in an Ouija board or a seance. 3. Treatments incorporate hypnotherapy, guiding, and neurolinguistic programming (NLP). In NLP, your mindfulness is improved by helping you see how you see the world. It additionally demonstrates that unhelpful considerations and standards of conduct should be changed. Of course, best to be as cautious as possible. Here are the 10 demons you should probably try to avoid. 7. Hexacosioi hexaconta hexaphobia. Hexacosioi hexaconta hexaphobia originates from the Greek word hexi kato hexinta hexi, 666. It is the dread of the number 666, thought about the characteristic of the monster. This originates from the Bible, which states in Revelation chapter 13 verse 18, "Let the individual who has understanding compute the quantity of the monster, for it is the quantity of a man." That number is 666. People with this fear will make a special effort to stay away from this number. For instance, in the event that a request aggregates $6.66, at that point the individual will add something to the request or set something back to change the price. 4. One of the most popular instances of dread concerning this number is the notorious Highway 666. Extending through Colorado, Utah, and New Mexico, this street was viewed as hazardous. Individuals connected the reason with the evil numbering. In 2003, the course was formally changed to US 491. Treatment for this fear incorporates assessment of one's strict convictions and psychological conduct treatment. Talk treatment is additionally a powerful treatment. Unwinding strategies, for example, guided contemplation, yoga, profound breathing, and perception can help too. In the event that you experience the ill effects of a fear this way, you're not the only one. Look at 10 well-known people and their phobias. 6. Allodoxophobia. On the off chance that you dread another person's assessment of you, at that point you may have allodoxophobia, which originates from the Greek words allo, extraordinary, and dox, conclusion. Negative or horrendous mishaps, for example, consistent analysis as a kid, might be behind the improvement of this phobia. Allodoxophobia is an uncommon social fear. Victims may pass on exercises since they dread others' judgment of them. They can't take input of any sort, positive or negative. They can be socially pulled back or even discouraged. This may make the individual pass up occasions and opportunities. 5 treatments for allodoxophobia are broad. Yoga, reflection, and exercise are a few models. Introduction treatment can likewise be utilized. Subjective social treatment, argumentative conduct treatment, and prescriptions are different medications. In any case, most victims likely don't have it so awful as the individuals in these 10 scandalous relationships that changed opinions on divorce. 5. Genuphobia. Genuphobia, which originates from the Latin word genu, knee, is the dread of knees. Individuals with this fear have their very own dread knees, another person's knees, or kneeling. This fear can result from injury to that individual's or another person's knees. It might even be brought about by observing kneecaps broken in films. This fear can likewise be activated by specific societies where it is standard to wear preservationist dress and spread the knees. 6. Cognitive conduct treatment or prescriptions, for example, antidepressants are potential medicines. Presentation treatment is additionally utilized. An individual with this fear can likewise have a go at journaling, exercise, and contemplation. To discover progressively about some really bizarre medicines utilized for other mental or enthusiastic issue, look at 10 of the strangest psychotherapy techniques. 4. Geniophobia. Geniophobia, which originates from the Greek word geni, jaw, is the dread of jaws. Nobody is certain what causes this fear, however a few variables can become an integral factor, for example, hereditary qualities, past encounters, and upbringing. If somebody has geniophobia, that individual will attempt to maintain a strategic distance from the wellspring of his dread by separating himself. This may briefly help tensions identified with the fear, however it doesn't fix the individual. 7. Treatments incorporate talk treatment, subjective conduct treatment, and introduction treatment. Argumentative conduct treatment is another kind of treatment. Yoga and care are acceptable self-improvement alternatives. It may likewise assist with realizing that even resilient individuals experience the ill effects of bizarre fears. You can peruse more at 10 surprising phobias of intrepid historical leaders. 3. Arachibutyrophobia. Have you at any point made a sandwich slathered with nutty spread, just to have it adhere to the top of your mouth? This situation would send somebody with arachibutyrophobia into a frenzy since he fears having nutty spread adhere to the top of his mouth. Arachibutyrophobia is believed to be established in a dread of stifling, which might be connected to a past encounter of doing as such. Ladies may have a higher danger of building up this phobia. 8. Treatments incorporate presentation treatment and intellectual conduct treatment. Yoga, contemplation, and profound breathing can likewise be utilized. Prescriptions, for example, anti-anxiety medications might be recommended by a specialist. You can peruse increasingly about the side effects of this fear at 10 surprising peanut butter facts. 2. Hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia. Unexpectedly, hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia is the name for the dread of long words. It additionally passes by the name sesquipedalophobia. Despite the fact that it's anything but a perceived fear and some think of it as anecdotal, it is a genuine thing. The word hippopotamonstrosesquipedaliophobia can be separated into a few sections. The initial segment, hippo, originates from the Greek signifying horse. The following part, potamos, signifies waterway in Greek. Hippopotame alludes to something enormous. At that point there is monster, Latin for massive being. Finally, sesquipedalio originates from the Latin signifying measures a foot and a half long. Like numerous fears, it most likely appeared through a horrendous encounter at some point during somebody's life. In the event that the individual experienced difficulty with articulating a long word before others and was disparaged therefore, this could have caused the beginning of this specific phobia. 9. Exposure treatment is a typical treatment. Talk treatment or intellectual social treatment can likewise be viable. Self-improvement medications, for example, rehearsing care, contemplation, and profound breathing may assist with controlling the uneasiness. Listverse may likewise have the option to get you out for nothing. Snap here to find the top 10 words you're saying wrong. 1. Phobophobia. Phobophobia signifies dread of dread. An individual who experiences this fears building up a fear. On the off chance that the individual as of now has a fear, at that point he fears building up another fear, which is the more probable sign of this condition. By stressing that he may build up a fear about something, the individual's nervousness level can increment. After some time, this preceded with tension will be an unavoidable outcome, and the individual will build up a phobia. 10. Treatment can be psychotherapy, for example, intellectual conduct treatment and neurolinguistic programming. Different self-improvement strategies incorporate yoga and meditation, depending on the medications your primary care physician endorses for your afflictions. You may even create fears from the fixes. Prepare to recoil when you click over to 10 strange, creepy, crawly medical treatments that actually work.